Today, I'm going to show you why this circular wood stove holds the secret to better heating. Plus, I'll reveal what's changed in the 8 years since I last featured it on this channel. And most importantly, what that means for you. The Rocal D7 is unlike almost any other wood-burning stove available today. With its striking circular design, it offers a unique blend of form, function, and efficiency. But what makes a circular stove better for heating? And why has Rocal continued refining this design for over a decade? Let's take a closer look. Rocal first launched the D7 in 2010, and this latest model represents the 5th iteration in their ongoing quest for perfection. The stove has inspired a number of different iterations over the years, but they are all started with this iconic circular model. This latest version has been refined for better performance, improved efficiency, and easier installation. It now features a reduced 150mm flue diameter, which means lower installation costs, and a lower nominal output of just 6.6 kilowatts, making it more suitable for smaller rooms while still providing plenty of heat. There are also new installation options, which we'll come back to later on. But the most noticeable visual difference from the previous generation to this one is the introduction of a fixed handle on the side. The last version of the D7 had a concealed handle that required a tool in order to open the door, while this newer version has a soft silicone-tipped staple handle located on the right-hand side, which has the subtle Rocal R logo on it. So, why does the circular design actually improve heating performance? We're all used to seeing tall, cylindrical-style wood stoves with curved sides. These types of wood burners have been popular throughout Europe for decades, and for good reason, as they deliver heat from a greater surface area compared to a square stove in a fireplace. Additionally, they are often convection stoves, meaning that the air is circulated from the stove more effectively than a traditional radiant stove. Now, we've got a video coming up on the differences between convection and radiant stoves, so make sure you subscribe to the channel with the bell on to learn more about this. With the D7 being circular rather than round, means that the radiant heat is distributed from the sides of the stove in all directions more evenly, including out of the top. But this stove is also a convector, meaning there is a small gap between the inner part of the stove and the outer casing, which brings in cool air from underneath the stove, heating it as it passes around before exiting the stove forwards, combining with the radiant heat coming from the front of the glass. And talking of heat out the front, another big advantage is the sheer size of this glass window. Measuring 54 centimeters in diameter, you're getting so much more heat out of this glass window than the equivalent cylindrical stove. The result being more even heat distribution compared to square stoves, where heat may concentrate in certain areas, improved airflow. The curved shape and front-facing convection channels provide more heat forwards compared to cylindrical stoves, and optimized fuel use. Larger logs can be used and stacked more efficiently inside the firebox, allowing for greater heat outputs. The D7 takes full advantage of these benefits and as such has an incredible 88% efficiency rating. When it comes to lighting a wood burner, regular viewers of the channel will know that my preferred method is the top-down approach, where we place large logs on the base, followed by smaller sticks and topped off with a Jenga-style kindling stack on the very top. We then place a fire lighter on top of that and light it. Lighting in this way helps to warm the chimney before introducing smoke, helping to clear any trapped cold air from within the flue. The air controls on the D7 are located towards the back here on the right-hand side. You'll see there's 2 black sliders, one above the other. These are the primary and secondary air controls. When we're lighting the stove, we want to pull both sliders out all the way to the right, as we have here. This will give us the maximum amount of air in order to get the fire going. And if needed, we can always leave the door slightly ajar just for the first few minutes to give it a little extra boost. The primary air enters the firebox via these holes at the bottom here and is used to get the fire established. Now that our initial base logs are burning, we have a bed of embers, so we can shut the primary air slider down, which on the Rocal is this one here with the flame icon. I'd leave the secondary air slider fully open for now, as while we have established a fire, the entire stove is still getting up to temperature, so we don't want to starve the fire of the air that it needs in order to do this efficiently. Now, the D7 is a steel-bodied stove, meaning that it heats up faster than stoves made of materials such as cast iron. This is useful for delivering heat early on, the trade-off being that steel-bodied stoves don't retain the heat for as long compared to a cast iron stove. That would hold the heat for long after the fire has gone out. So it's been about 20 minutes since we first lit the stove, and we've got a lovely fire established at the base here now. So perfect time to add some more wood. The D7 has a nominal output of 6.6 kilowatts, which, if we use the guide of 1 kilogram of seasoned dry wood, is approximately 4 kilowatts of heat. Then a single log of 1.5 kilograms or 2 smaller logs equaling this will achieve that heat output. Now, I'm not saying that you should weigh every log before you burn it, and weight isn't always the best indication, but it's a good guideline to use with any stove to ensure that you're not over-fueling and therefore over-firing your stove beyond its capabilities. It might seem redundant to say, but we've seen many comments over the years that imply that some people don't realise that a wood burner's heat is directly linked to the fuel that you're putting inside it. More fuel equals more heat, less fuel equals less heat. Simple as that. And just because the stove has a nominal output of 6.6 kilowatts, like the D7, doesn't mean that you're going to get that heat all of the time, irrespective of how much wood you're burning. The D7 actually has an operating window of between 4.5 and 8 kilowatts, meaning that it will operate cleanly and efficiently within this window, based on the fuel that you're providing it. And please ensure that the wood you're burning has a moisture content of less than 20% and has been well seasoned. Now we've added some more wood and some more time has passed, the stove will almost be up to temperature, and it's time to adjust the secondary air slider over here. You'll see some notches on this slider giving you a guide rule on how open or closed the air supply is. If we leave it fully open, the logs we've just added will burn out faster, meaning you'll need to add more wood sooner. And closing it down will reduce the amount of air that's entering the fire, which slows down the speed in which the wood inside burns. The secondary air enters the firebox through this channel here, comes behind the door and washes down the glass, entering the firebox from the front. This process is commonly referred to as air wash, and it's what helps keep this large 54 centimetre diameter glass window clear whilst it's burning. For me, one of the standout features on the D7 is its versatility. Unlike most wood burners, it can be installed in 3 different ways. But before I come to that, can we just take a minute to appreciate how great this stove looks like from the side? Now, it would have been easy for Rocal to have made this stove as a simple cylinder, turned it on its side, but oh no. Instead, they went with this complex conical shape that tapers backwards, making the side profile of this stove as much of a statement as the front. Circling back to installation options, if you have a non-combustible or solid wall, then you can choose to wall mount the D7 for a floating modern look. The included wall bracket is designed to attach the stove to a flat wall and has adjustment within the bracket itself. However, it is also possible to have a bracket made to have the stove placed into a corner, though there might be a better solution for a corner. If your wall is not strong enough to take D7, or if you wish to place it in front of a timber stud wall, then you can opt for the pedestal foot. This allows the D7 to freestand on the floor, and thanks to its improved airflow around the stove, it can be installed just 10 centimeters off of a combustible wall. But what if you have a timber stud wall and still want that floating appearance of the wall-mounted version? Well, fear not, as the D7 can also be suspended from the ceiling, making for a truly dramatic centerpiece. A hanging stove can allow you to position it virtually anywhere in the room, including a corner or in front of an existing wall. If you're installing the stove on the pedestal foot in front of a combustible wall, then you'll likely need to run an insulated twinwall pipe off the top of the stove, which can be achieved with a short flue spigot option that Rocal provide. However, one of the things that I like most about the D7 and Rocal stoves in general is that they offer a matching 2-meter flue pipe with their stoves, so you can get a pipe, the connection that perfectly matches in both material and finish. There's even an option to have a bend in the pipe so that flue gases go up and backwards out through the wall while the pipe continues to run vertically up to the ceiling, presenting the illusion that it is going up when it's actually going out the back. Perfect if you have an external chimney breast and wish to place the D7 in front of it or onto an outside wall. Rocal can also extend or reduce that flue pipe length to suit your room requirements. Likewise, bespoke fixings can be made for flat, sloping, or even ridge installations. Now, Rocal is always looking to improve the performance, and this, the latest version of the D7, is the cleanest burning yet. It exceeds the EcoDesign emission standards introduced across the UK and Europe in 2022, making it one of the most environmentally friendly stoves in its class. It also has an external air connection, allowing you to bring all of the combustion air in from outside of the room, via a connection in the back or in the base, which is useful if you're installing it on the pedestal foot. While not a guarantee, you can often negate the need for additional room ventilation, such as an air brick, when fitting a stove with a direct air supply. So what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're looking for a wood-burning stove that combines striking design with high performance, the Rocal D7 is a standout option. Its circular shape isn't just about aesthetics, it genuinely enhances heat distribution, efficiency, and overall performance. As of recording this in June of 2025, prices on the D7 start from just £3,100, which makes it one of the most affordable circular stoves in its class. Now, Rocal is a brand that I work with closely in the UK as an agent, establishing a network of UK showrooms for them, one of which I'm filming from today. So, if you're in the Berkshire area and want to experience the D7 for yourself, be sure to come and see it here at Bonfire Stoves and Fireplaces. Or you can reach out to me to find your nearest Rocal showroom. I'll leave all the links in the description below. So is the Rocal D7 the right stove for your home? Well, with its versatile installation options, eco-friendly credentials, and refined air control systems, this latest version is the best yet. But let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And if you're new here and found this useful, consider dropping the video a like and subscribing to the channel. On the screen now are some more stove spotlights, as well as some other useful wood burner insights, so that you can get the most from your stove and discover the wide selection of wood burning stoves that are available today, from fireplace stoves to 360-degree masterpieces and everything in between.